Alright, y'all, we back at the local range again. This is my last match before the big match at Texas State on Saturday. So we're back in the indoors, and bad lighting. I got my Gritter headphones on today. We're gonna see how this goes. Y'all know I don't like over-the-head headphones, but these have been great because of the cooling gel that is on them. They've been really good. And back to running the Kimber 2K11 Pro Comp again tonight. Switched out the magazine, so we should be really good tonight. And y'all make sure y'all stay tuned for what's to come tonight. Hopefully I do really well. That's the goal tonight, to stay focused when it's my turn or when I'm in the hole, square up, get locked in, and make this thing happen. So we on to the first stage of the night.
Are you ready? Stand by. Unload your clear. If clear, slide forward, straight to the holster. Range is clear. 2467.
Thank you.
1 0 0 2 0 and 1 0 0 0 0 3
Three.
0 and 3. Got 0 on that one the first time.
Alright, y'all, as y'all can tell, I had to switch to my regular ear pro because before I even shot, my ears was already hurt from the over-the-head ear protection. The gel did feel good on it, but I had to switch them. So, a little bit about what happened in the first stage. So, I started shooting, and I realized, so first of all, we had to start with 6 rounds in the first mag. When I went to reload, I went to grab my mag and my other mag fell out. So once I got to the last string of, actually when my mag fell out, I turned around to go get it, but I ran into the SO. So I kept going, I was like, just finish strong. But when I got to the last string, I needed another mag. So at the end, basically I had 2 targets that didn't have holes in them, so that would have been 10 down initially, but I got to reshoot because I ran into the SO, and so you can call for a reshoot. So that went well. Y'all not gonna see that footage, but actually I might put the footage. I might have put the footage in there already. But if not, the footage that you just saw, if not, the footage you just saw was me running it 24 seconds, and I had 5 down. Furthest target away was like 23 yards, and then 15 yards, and then I believe 12 yards. On the 15-yard one, I had a 3. So that's expected. But when you're shooting that far away in something like IDPA, you kind of know what your hope is. So that was stage number 1. Stage number 2.
Range is clear. 2533. You okay? That's it.
Zero. Zeros in there. Zeros there.
0-1.
Oh, 0-1.
1-0. 0-0.
All right. All right, second stage of the day, we had to start unloaded, which means gun on the barrel, all magazines on the barrel, and you had to have one out of your magazine. So typically it would carry out because I start with 11 in my first mag. When you start unloaded, you have to start with 10. So that was how that went. I was 2 down, I was 25 and some change with 2 down, 27. So I'm really liking the camera, y'all. It's feeling really good. Like a lot of y'all have said it's just like the happy medium between the 5-inch, the two 5-inches that I was comparing to this one. I'm really liking it. And all I gotta do is just say stay tuned. Stay tuned. Sooner, hopefully sooner than later if I can find it. So we're on to the next stage.
Are you ready? Stand by. Are you ready? Stand by.
Oh God. Oh, bad glare. Woo, that was terrible.
Slide trigger holster. Range is clear.
My God. That was bad. That light was terrible. All right, got a 10 right there. 0, 1. 1 0 0
101.
101. Oh, that was so bad. Woo, y'all, that was by far the worst stage of the night, probably. So, tricky little situation. We had to shoot the first 3 targets in tactical priority, which was the front targets first. We had to shoot those with weak hand only, 2 shots to the head. My issue, as y'all heard me in the POV, was that the light that was beaming down, I was literally right up under this like LED light, and I could not see my dot at all. That it took me forever. And then, first of all, when I picked the gun up, I forgot to take the safety off, so that was a delay. But I could not find the dot whatsoever, and it was a limited stage, meaning you can't make makeup runs. So that's probably by far the worst one of the night, but that's all right. We're gonna move on to the next 3 stages.
Are you ready? Stand by. Are you ready? Stand by.
I get the best shot.
Go clear. If clear. 5-4 trigger hold. You're really good. Range is clear. 1935.
Oh, I threw some extra shots. Huh?
Still had another back.
Oh, I got 2 there. 2, 1, 1.
1, 1.
And 1, and 1, and 0. And, ooh, I'm glad I made that one up. Well, maybe not. 0, 2,
1.
and 1. Oh, I got 1 right there for that headshot.
Okay.
0.
0, 1, 1.
All right. 4th stage is down, and on that particular stage, we had to shoot from behind SP. I think we were about maybe like 20, 22, 23 yards away from the targets, and we just had to shoot regular 2 rounds to the body or 2 rounds to whichever you wanted to. I threw some extra shots because I thought I saw 3s, but I didn't have any 3s. So I threw extras. The time was fast, 19 something, but I was 8 down. I had 2s and 1s and 2s and 1s, so those add up, but I'm pleased with it. I didn't want to go for the headshots primarily because I didn't want to miss. I did have a headshot. I didn't intend to shoot the headshot, but I had it. So I like it. We're back on track because that stage before this one was brutal. On to the next stage.
Stand by. Shooter, are you ready? Stand by.
Sit in the same spot. I think I hit the same spot.
Range is clear.
Oh man. All right, so 0 there, 1 there.
0, 0, 0.
Got all 0s over here. 0, thank you. And
I think we're gonna have a heart attack. I think it's a 6.
golly, and I made it up twice. Oh man, I got a 5 on that. I think I had like, let me see what the time was. All right, I was 25 something with 7 down. I missed the headshot and I made it up. I thought I saw it, but I didn't. I think I'm realizing something. I don't like shooting with green dots in competition. I'm having a hard time finding the dot when it's green. Never really had a hard time finding it when it's red. However, I do like using green dots when I shoot guns, maybe just on the range, but when it comes to in competition, it's not finding my eye like I thought it would. It finds my eye at the range, but it doesn't find it at these competitions. So I think I'm gonna switch back to a red dot. Over the last 2 matches, I've realized that it's being very hard for me to find the green, and so I need to make that change. But other than that, that stage was a 1 shot to the body, 1 shot to the head, and I missed the headshot twice. So I do want to finish strong, and I will finish strong. So we're going to be on to the last stage of the night.
Firing!
That was moving.
Yeah, clear. Slide forward, trigger hold. Range is clear. 22.
0 and 0 and 0 and 0. That's 0.
1 0. What do you got?
1 0 0
0 0 0 0 0 2.
0 2. I saw these two. They was in the same spot.
0 12.
You would get out of here.
3 down.
3 down. Okay, I'll take that for the rest of the night. All right, y'all. That is the end of the night. Last stage was probably the best stage of the night. Now that I think about it, probably was my best time of the night. But you know, all this comes with when you start shooting a new gun. This is what happens. You go through your kinks. You go through the stuff that you have to work on. I had to learn about the magazine. Had to fight through that, learn that part. But once you get into the gun, we're gonna be in there like swimwear. So I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried about Texas State at all because it's another major match. I'm going there to get better. Don't anticipate winning anything, but just going there to run some good stages, work on my mechanics. And one thing that I thought about while I was in there was, what are the things that you should work on if you're getting into IDPA competitive shooting? So here are the things that I think you're a first timer, and even if you're not a first timer, because I've been in this thing for a little over a year now, and there's still things that I have to work on and that I see almost every match that I could be better at. First thing is, and none of these are in any order, and none of them have priority over another one. I don't think you should work on this more than that. But one thing other than your normal shooting, learning, you know, putting 2 shots on a target, which is primarily what you do. The other thing that I think you should work on is weak hand shooting. You will get stages every so often in IDPA matches where you have to shoot with your weak hand. It's not every stage and it's not every match, but it does come, and you don't want it to catch you by surprise, because when it does, you're really going to be exposed. The other thing that I think you should work on is strong hand shooting. Although you could be a little bit better, which people typically are a lot better strong hand shooting than weak hand shooting, it still can expose you a little bit if you are not working on it. The other thing that I think you should work on is distance shooting. So the last 2 or 3 matches that I've been at, there have been targets that were at least 13, 15, 20, 23, 25 yards away. And that's not typical in IDPA. You will see that periodically. You know, it depends on how often you shoot. Mostly they're between 5 and 15 yards is where the targets will be. But like tonight, when you have targets that are 23 yards away and 20 and 15 yards away, and you don't normally shoot that, or you don't normally practice that, then you wouldn't know what to do. That's something I do practice, because you have to learn what your holdover is. You can't just aim at the center like you would a 5-yard, 7-yard target, because you aim them at the center, you're going to shoot low. I would also say work on headshots. Like, if you're not a headshot shooter, I would say work on your headshots, because there will be stages like tonight where we had to shoot 1 shot to the body, 1 shot to the head, and there was a stage where we had to shoot only headshots. And if you don't practice headshots, you're going to get 5s. And 5s mean you miss the entire headshot. If you were supposed to put 2 shots in the head and you miss both of them, that's going to be a 10. So it's those types of things that you should work on. There's other things to work on, like your movement, your draw, your reload, you know, little mechanics like if you're able to reload without standing and reload on the move, that's something to work on. There's a ton of things to work on. But tonight, I just felt like I was exposed a little bit to some of my weaknesses. And I'm not afraid to share that. I know they're my weaknesses. And I just want to share with y'all before y'all get out here and feel embarrassed. Because people do feel like, oh, you know, I missed a headshot 5 times. It's okay. It's okay. I told my squad, I said, well, it looks like all of us got 5s tonight when it was the headshot stage. Because obviously, we need to work on it a little bit more. So that's what I would say. For those of you who are asking or thinking about what should I be working on, what are the things I should work on, I think those are by far the top things, because you could absolutely see them at any stage, any match that you go to, any IDPA match that you go to. And for those of y'all who shoot, make sure y'all put down in the comment section some other things that people should work on. I'm drawing a blank right now. Like I said, there's a ton of things you should work on. Even stuff that's not even, that doesn't even require live fire. Dry fire, dry fire, dry fire. That's probably the main thing that you can work on, because it does not take ammo. It only takes you 10-15 minutes a day just to put your belt on, put your gun in the holster, put empty mags. You could probably do snap caps if you want to, and just stand there and dry fire and work on moving and all that kind of stuff. And you can do that right in your house. I do it almost every single day. I ain't gonna say every day because I don't, but almost every single day I try to dry fire at least 5 to 10 minutes a day. And you would never know how beneficial that is to you if you just dry fire. That means you start working on your grip, you start working on your draw, you start working on your reloads, you start working on your trigger pull, you start working on your sight alignment. All those things do not require any live fire, and it's more beneficial, to be honest. Once you go to live fire, all that stuff comes together. So enough of my TED Talk for tonight. I believe the next time y'all see me at a match will be Texas State, so make sure y'all stay tuned for that. And I certainly appreciate everybody who has picked up a t-shirt or a hoodie or any type of merch down below in this video. If you're watching it on your computer or your phone, you can look right down below. The merch is below. And if you're not watching on your phone, you're watching on your TV, I put the barcode right here where you can go and pick up some merch. But that's all I got for y'all tonight, y'all. I'm ready to go home and eat and shower, and then I'm going to bed. So I'll see y'all on the next one. Until next time, stay on, stay safe, and stay vigilant. Peace.